Hello and welcome to EPC Upgrade. In this short video we're going to be upgrading the memory that came in our EPC, originally loaded with Windows XP Home, and 1 GB of memory. And we're going to upgrade that to 2 GB of memory. Now we will be replacing the single 1 GB module with a 2 GB module that we ordered from Crucial Memory using the Crucial Memory Advisor tool to make sure we got a compatible module. Now as far as speed goes, we really don't expect to see too much improvement in the boot up process. The place where we're going to see our performance gains are in running Windows itself. Programs that use a lot of memory or switching between applications, or some of the more advanced applications we might be wanting to run that simply require more than 1 GB of RAM to really perform acceptably. That's what we hope to see the improvement from with this upgrade. In fact, as far as the boot up process goes, we can actually see a small increase in boot up time when we add memory just because of the memory testing and other system overhead that is required with additional RAM, but probably not more than a second or so, if that. Now in order to perform this upgrade, all we really need is a number 0 Phillips. And you might have that or maybe a jeweler's screwdriver set that would have a number 0 Phillips in it. Now optionally you might want an anti-static wrist strap if you're in a carpeted or other high static environment. My shop has a concrete floor and pretty high humidity, so I'm not too worried about static. Now the new memory we received from Crucial unfortunately does not come in a frustration-free package. Ahead of time I've taken a scissors and carefully cut the package open. Now it does have a couple of extra compartments in it for other memory modules. I'm going to use one of those to store the old module during the upgrade process. Then when I'm all done, I will actually seal up the old memory in that package and mark it appropriately with what's in it and store it away. Now you can either keep the old memory just in case something ever goes wrong with the new memory, just kind of as a backup, or you can eBay it, or since it is standard memory with the specifications probably written right on a tag on the memory itself, you might be able to find some other usage for it. Well, we're all ready to do the upgrade, so let's go ahead and get started. Okay, here we have our EPC laying upside down here, and the first thing we're going to do is remove the power, and we're also going to remove the battery. Now there's this little slide switch on the left side that will stay in the unlocked position to the left, and then on the right there's a spring-loaded catch that you will press to the right or outward and simply slide the battery back toward you. And with it out, we're ready to take off the access panel, which is this right here, which is held in place by these two screws and then a couple of catches on the side and some tabs on the end. And we have our number 0 Phillips here. There's a little thumb access area here to lift that up. And then once it's up, you just slide it towards you so these tabs on the end come out. Now there are just a little black washer on the underside where the screw goes in. The one screw came out, so I'm going to carefully reinsert it so we don't lose that black washer. Now I've got both screws and both black washers in place. I'm just going to carefully set it aside so we don't lose those. Now here's the hard drive we'll be replacing in a later video with an SSD drive. And this is the memory module right here with some tabs on the end. Now I'll carefully point these out. There's a tab on each side and a notch on the memory module holding it in place. We're just going to carefully take our thumbnails there and pull those catches outward, and the memory pops up to about a 30-degree angle perhaps. We just grab on each side and gently, with even pressure, ease it out. And you can see that there's a notch here that lines up with a notch in the plastic on the memory socket. Now, as you can see, I can put the old memory here in just one of the spare compartments and take the new memory out. And again, lining up that notch with the notch in the socket. We'll place it in at about, like I say, maybe a 30-degree angle, about the angle that came out as. And just make sure that it's kind of in flush. The actual gold contacts disappear inside the plastic. Gently push it downward and it latches with the catches on each side, and the memory's in. We then can take our access panel here, and again has some tabs on the end that will just slide in place. There's a catch on each side. Kind of cover up those screws so they don't pop out. These catches are in. snug down those screws, not overly tight. We'll take the battery, we'll slide it in. There are some kind of rails and grooves, so that goes in the right place. The latch on the right, spring loaded, will catch, and we slide the lock in on the left. And now we're ready to power the unit up and go into the setup screen. I'm going to power the unit up. I'm going to tap on the F2 function key a few times until I get the setup screen, like so. Now here you can see the memory, system memory, installed size, hope you can read that, 2048 megabytes, or in other words, 2 gigabytes. So we will press the F10 function key to save configuration and exit, and we'll let the machine boot up. Now what we're going to do here is just a simple double check to make sure that Windows is actually seeing the additional memory. So we'll click on Start, Control Panel, and again, this is Windows XP. If you happen to have a Linux version of this netbook, it's going to be different. And we're going to double click the system icon there, and hopefully you can see down here where it says 1.99 gigabytes of RAM. Before it said 0.99. So we've added 1 gigabyte of RAM, and that's what we expected to see. Well, that's all there is to it. Pretty easy, wasn't it? Now we booted up the netbook to see that the system shows the additional memory, and we double checked to make sure that Windows is seeing that additional memory also. It should, but never hurts to check. Now we did go ahead and run some quick boot up timings just to verify what we thought we would get when we were all done, and sure enough, we found the same boot up times we had before, plus or minus a second or so on multiple attempts. So as we expected, we did not really see any performance increase in the boot up time. What we will see is when we're running Windows, and especially when we're putting a load on it. You know, Windows loves memory, and for Windows XP it was always said that 2 gigabyte was the sweet spot, so now our netbook has 2 gigabyte, and I think we'll see a nice difference. That's all for this video. Please click on the link in the description of this video and follow it to our website. There we have all the appropriate links you need listed conveniently for you, including the Crucial Memory Advisor tool, which will ensure you get the right compatible memory for your netbook. You'll also find all the other videos we have for upgrading your EPC. Our web address is right there on the screen, epcupgrade.com. Please come over and let us help you get more performance and longer life out of your ASUS EPC netbook. Thanks for watching.